Saturday morning before noon, 999 show. I'm on my job. I work here once a month in exchange to have my art here for sale. This is my favorite volunteer job. Well, I've had a few volunteer jobs. This is I think it's my favorite volunteer job that I've had in my life thus far. I did, however, volunteer for the Seattle Film Festival in 2011, and that was fun. There was an experience I had at the Harvard Exit Theater. Harvard Exit was on the far end of Broadway up on Capitol Hill. It was a great theater. I loved that one because it showed films that you wouldn't really normally see. So, it was all your artsy fartsy films and things like that. And I'm going to see if this stream is clear. So your artsy fartsy films and all of those things. So yeah, so then, at the film festival, so the film festival was great because those were films you would never see anywhere. And so, but then we were at this one, I was mostly doing like ushering and things like that. If somebody comes into the store, welcomes. If somebody happens to come in the store, I'm just going to mute the camera, and I don't want to put them on there or their talk because this is a private establishment. So this is kind of a clandestine stream. And anyways, this Harvard Exit Theater, and there was somebody had left a backpack or something in there unattended, and they called the bomb squad out and or the police out and emptied the entire theater. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zero. Happy birthday to you. And then they emptied the whole theater out, and they brought the squad in, and they determined it wasn't a bomb or anything. Then the manager of the theater lived in an apartment above the theater, and then when the cop said, "Well, do you want us to bring in some drug sniffing or some bomb sniffing dogs?" But we don't have any bomb sniffing dogs, but what we do have is drug sniffing dogs. And the guy says, "No dogs, no dogs, no dogs." And so it comes to find out that, because this was before they legalized weed, so he was a major pothead, and so he didn't want no police dogs anywhere around that theater that could smell his weed. But then it comes to find out in the what had happened was what caused the panic was a couple were to meet. We're supposed to meet, and it's like for like a second or third date or whatever. And so the woman goes in, and then the guy goes in with a backpack on, and he leaves with no backpack. Oh, you'll give me $1 million? Well, great, $1 million. Anyways, he leaves with no backpack. Well, I guess he did have a backpack, but nevertheless. And then the woman, he was just upset that she went without him. Gabby, welcome. And that was that. It was just a miscommunication, a spur, something like that. Say the word. I said the word. I wish you a happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Anyways, Fatima, welcome. Gabby, welcome. Well, I'm done telling that story, but maybe we got some more stories. It's my volunteer job. I wonder if any of my art sold. Let's see. Let's see if we can do this here. This is a really cool store. Sells all kinds of stuff. So this is my art that is for sale here. Patricia, S3, CR3TJ Hart, Casicle Berry Gabby, welcome. So this is my art that's for sale. Here, hand-painted cards. I still have some here. I'm going to be painting new ones. This is pretty cool. Just some cool designs. Cool designs. I like this one. I like the energy of it. Anyway, and then this is an artist. He's an art teacher at a local school. Rusty Gill. I have a couple of his artworks in my my possession. And so you can get, these are all kinds of like handcrafted items or locally crafted items for sale here. Just different oddball things. You know, you never know what you're going to find when you come into this store. Quilts, antiques, you know. Here it is, some Oregon cutting boards, lampshade. Now, there's some really unique lampshades. I don't know who does this, but I think the owner of the store makes these crafty lampshades out of ties. See, there's another one up there. You got stuff, you know, signed, don't let your baby down. Everyone invited. I love Willie Nelson. Lead a quiet life. Socks, happy feet. Happy feet. And then here's like bath stuff and razor blades and soap and handmade soap and sprays and beauty sprays and beer soap, incense and smudging things. And this place is called Willamina Merchants. I'm one of the merchants here. Sage smudgers, soap and essential oils, antiques. There's a wig I put on that. I'll have to try that wig on. If no one's going to come in, I might try that wig on. Well, Jeanette Morels, I am showing you my volunteer job. That's what we're doing. This is a wine room. This used to be an old bank. This was the vault. So I don't really want to get caught doing this, but we're gonna I'm gonna try this. Here we go. How's that look? That's my hair. I'm gonna buy that wig someday. I need to put it back on. Oh, I just about broke those glasses. There it is there. I'm gonna go back and get my hat. Well, I shouldn't show you behind the counter, but you were behind the counter. Let's go in the other room. Now, just like interesting lamps and things. I mean, this is just a great store because it has. Oh, this guy's a local artist too. He writes these. His name is Tyler Crook. Tyler Crook. He does horror comics and graphic novels. Just lives down the street from here. Here's an original watercolor. Tyler Crook. See, his watercoloring is so much better than mine. But he is this like graphic artist and so forth. You know, comic book artist, that's just a totally different animal altogether. There's lots of nice things, you know. Oh, here's a kaleidoscope. I wonder if you can look in there and see. Yeah, you can't see nothing. Handmade journals, nice things, pillows, bird cage. Well, that's probably not handmade. Clothes, cards. I wish they had some numbers here, then I would get like a 999. Maybe I need to get some letters for the TOT for Tools of Fortune. I think I'll do that. Just things, you know, it's kind of almost like going to a flea market, but actually it's nicer things than at a flea market. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. So plates and stuff and stuff and stuff. This is like a Charles Bukowski with a big pile of books. I don't really think it's a Charles Bukowski. And here's another one of those lampshades made with ties. They're really cool. It's very clever. Oh, a phone. Bring. Hello? Oh, you don't say. Well, yeah, we got a lot of nice things here. Oh, you don't have any money? I'm sorry. You can't come in here then. You need money to come in here. Well, bye-bye. Yeah, that was a cool phone. Hey, this was a rotary push-button phone. That's interesting. It wasn't, yeah, a push-button phone. Now this here, I mean, I've been eyeing this for a couple years now. A manual portable typewriter. I mean, I have a larger typewriter, but anyways, just kind of close and close and close and close. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that nice? Feels like satin. I'm not going to try it on, so you don't have to worry about me. Oh, we got a hat here. Let's try this hat on. My guy, welcome. Red hat. Look at that. That was a that's the type of typewriter you had in school. Oh, look, it's got like, uh-oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I've been too, I made the thing fall off. Okay, stay. I'm not gonna like fuck around with the clothes anymore. Okay, there we go. Yeah, all right, so we're gonna go back to behind the counter. Just a lot of neat things. neat things. Big giant Persian rug that fills the whole floor. Is that a chamber pot or a spittoon? It's probably a spittoon, not a chamber pot. What is this thing? It's like a massager or something? Got the bin wall balls. A massager. Old coffee urns. Just a lot of just neat things. Just stacked all over the place. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on in here. These are local wines from local wineries all around this area. So you do got to be 21 to work in here. I think you do, or at least be signed off. I have a liquor license, but it's been expired for a few years. Anyways, we're going to come back to over here. Argwal, welcome. Here we go. Let's frame this up a little bit better. Sit in my chair. Anyways, that's a few minutes with Bill on the job. Hopefully nobody comes in today because you know what? I just like a day peace and quiet. I can go read books or I can work, edit up a new show. I got some more editing to do. And I got a new video that I released just this morning. A walk in a park with a dog yes, I do remember you. I remember that I can't pronounce your name. Argawal. Yeah, I remember that name. Yeah, I did it. It was a good and I chose really good music for it. A lot of good classical music. I chose that, and so the musical experience alone. Just try to watch the whole thing for me. Give me some good watch time. I think it's called "While You Were in the Car." I was out rambling around with the dog at an Oregon State park. So anyways, go watch that video, watch the video. And then when you get down, do the whole thing, leave a blue heart or something like that. Leave some blue hearts here too. For me, some blue hearts. Watch my videos, I'm trying to hit that watch time, but I guess my videos really suck. A new moderator. I have a lot of moderators. Most of my moderators at Argwal have been people who I've actually physically talked to, or have had them on my show, and so that's the kind of the stipulation I have made for moderators is they've been collaborators that I've collaborated with, done shows together with, been on their channels, and so forth. And so that's kind of my dig on when it comes to choosing moderators. But that's just me. I'm kind of so anyways, that's just my stance on moderators. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee here. This is an Americano coffee. I have an espresso maker at home. Oh, I thought somebody walked in. It must have been a ghost. This place is loaded with ghosts. Yeah, it's loaded with ghosts. I like coffee with water. Yeah. Oh, blessings, Jeanette. Yeah. I like coffee, just plain. Sometimes with like some plant-based milk, but very, very rarely do I have like cream or sugar with it. I also have tea. I also have hot tea that I made, both black tea and then I have some iced or cold green tea. Yeah, I know that's kind of an English thing to drink the tea with milk, tea and coffee with milk. You know, if the or maybe it is an English thing, but yeah. Hmm. Well, a lot of people drink the coffee with cream and sugar in the States, but it's there's a lot of people who don't. You know, you got your if you're like borderline diabetic like me, you probably aren't going to drink too much coffee and tea with milk in it or put much sugar in it. So, but I've been drinking coffee since I was like 8, and since I was 8 years old, I guess, and or a little bit younger, maybe younger. I don't remember when, but I had it when I was really really young. Oh, that's right. I was cooking since I was 8. I learned how to cook when I was 8 years old, and I've been drinking coffee since I was like maybe 4, 5, or 6. And I think I had my first taste of beer when I was like 5 years old, and my dad gave me a sip of beer. It was like Heidelberg. I don't drink anymore. Like I said, uh, alcohol gives me migraines. I may talk about alcohol a lot. I miss drinking things like the cognac. I miss tequila. I miss bourbon whiskey. I miss Scotch whiskey. But I don't miss the migraines. But I still get migraines anyway. I get migraines, but I don't get migraines as often since I quit. Since I cut the drinking out, but I cut the drinking out mainly because of the diabetic medications that I'm on. So that's kind of that. And but anyways, you know, I'm just getting older, and you get older, and things happen. Your body doesn't process crap as well. But anyways, so you don't eat meat? Yeah, you drank once a week when you're in Europe, but not anymore. Yeah. Well, I wonder if we could do. You know, I can read a poem. I have hot tea with me, tea and tea, tea and tea. I'm here till about 6, and then I just drink tea all day. I'm gonna work on. I got some poetry here. This is one of my poetry books. This is called page 27. Simultaneous half steps raising, largest to smallest blowing in my mouth. Placed, shaped, tip, cone, flat, double, dot, double, Sinatra solo for another name. Below the head increases half dot, held its root, dominant, sad, do la ro, do la re, very sweet, softly, si mo dolce, si mo dolce. In the end, intuition turned upside down, a perverse story, the impossibility, harsh criticism, the object of our attention. What did history say about balloons? Inadequate, alone, to be illusory. Those are some of my poems. This is the last poetry manuscript that I put out into the world. Actually, I printed it at home, self-published at home, and I sold it at an art fair. I think it was 2 years ago. My printer and my computer are all offline because I moved to a different operating system. I got tired of paying for Microsoft. I don't have time before the November deadline for the art fair to make another poetry manuscript. This one took me several, I think 4 months to do. It's just 38 pages long. It took about 4 months to do it. And I started this one, that manuscript before, let me see, when did I start it? Was it before I started this show? Yeah, it was started 3 years ago. I wrote these poems 3 or 4 years ago. So in 2022, before I started the 999 show. Anyways, we could try for some more exciting poetry. Let's do Chat GDP. I'm going to ask it to write me a poem. Write a poem in the style of Langston, Langst, Langston Hughes, using the words Harlem, Lexi, Harlem, Lexi, Golden Towers, Golden Towers, showers, generosity, golden showers and towers, generosity, fever dreams. Let's see, another words, wow, drinking tea with coffee, tea with milk, sidewalk cafes, hot dog vendors, hot dog vendor, lucky lottery numbers, lucky lottery numbers, lucky lottery numbers, and let me see, I need another number, another word like wow, 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 and what else? What another word? Is there a good word in here? Rotary phone, rotary phone, Catholic Mass. And gospel music. Okay, that's a lot of words here, but we're gonna go for it. Harlem poem with a wow. Harlem poem with a wow. This is for Alexis Milner. If you haven't gone over to Alexis Milner's page and checked out one of her live streams, I think she's live right now. You should go check her out. But I'm flagging Alexis Milner in this post. Harlem poem with a wow. In Harlem, Lexi walks down 125th, eyes on the golden towers of tomorrow that rise and fall like showers in summer, brief, heavy, gone. Generosity lives here. Generosity lives here. Generosity lives here too. In fevered dreams of rent paid, children laughing, and tea with milk warming your belly. Before work begins, I say the words wow, wow, wow with wonder, breathing in and out the smells. Sidewalk cafes spill their secrets. The hot dog vendor hums, gives out lucky lottery numbers like prophecies. Play 7, play 9, you just might win. Wow. The rotary phone rings in a dim apartment. Somebody's auntie calling after Catholic Mass. Voice low as incense smoke, but outside the street sings gospel music. Faith, loud and brass bright Harlem, where dreams still shine against worn brick walls, where hope is a song that never leaves people's throats. Wow, 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 wow. Let's just have them rewrite the poem, rewrite poem with punchier lines, with punchier lines, with punchier lines, slam poem landing lines, and slam poem rhythms, RYTHM, rhythm, slam poem rhythms, word music, word music, landing lines, with punchier, powerful lines. Powerful, descriptive, lines. How about that? Yeah, she is. Lexi is live. I'm gonna go pop over there and tell her I'm doing her poem prompt now. All right. Here is the rewrite. Wow, Harlem. Wow, wow. Lexi is live. Lexi is live. Harlem. Lexi struts down Leo necks like a trumpet solo. Hips keeping in time with subway beat. Golden tower shimmer in fever dreams, then wash away summer showers. On cracked brimstone steps, generosity here ain't theory. Generosity here ain't theory. Generosity here ain't theory. It's $1 slipped to a brother on a corner. A smile sheared over tea with milk, steam rising like gospel hallelujahs. Sidewalk cafes, sweet jazz, hot dog vendors singing the blues. Hands out lucky lottery numbers 3, 7, 6, 44, 48, 13. Baby, 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 today's your wow. Rotary phones ringing in the tenement square, some auntie calling after Catholic Mass, rosary beads clacking like bones. But the street, the smell, the way. The street is a drum line, a gospel chorus, a saxophone scream, a holy hymn shouted into the night. Harlem, a place where dreams refuse to die, where brick walls breathe, where every shadow hums with music too strong to be silenced. W-O-W. Wow. All right. Lexi, welcome. Thank you for popping in for a second. But that was that Chat GDP poem. I fed your prompt into it, Langston Hughes, Harlem, and then a whole bunch of other words too. That was for you. And yeah, so you told her, yeah, welcome. And I know you're live now and you loved it. Yeah. Lexi Milner. Yeah. Well, thank you. This is my volunteer job. I'm on my volunteer job now, and it's quiet. And I was hoping to be on for a little while or until the first person came in, then I'll shut it down. Or until the battery goes dead. Anyways. And I did a new video of when I was at the coast on Wednesday. I dropped it or uploaded it this morning. And that's using this first person POV rig where the camera's strapped right here. And it's a really nice smooth action. Anyways, that was for you. I don't know what else I'm going to do. Maybe we'll try another poem. We're going to do another poem here. But what happened to the, okay. We're not going to upgrade the plan. We're going to say, write a poem about, write a poem about Jesus. 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 Sipping coffee. Sipping coffee with his wife, with his lover, Mary, sensuous, S-E-N, sultry, with his sultry lover, Mary. Use words like sweet nothings. Use the words whispering, sweet nothings, utopian dreams, dystopian America, dystopian America, utopian dreams, dystopian America, small town wonder, rain and sun, rain and sun, rain and sun, falling down, asleep, breaking the bed in love, breaking the bed in love. Write a poem about Jesus sipping coffee with his sultry lover, Mary, in the style of Big Papa E, in the style of Big Papa E, in the style of Big Papa E. Use the words whispering, sweet nothings. Write a poem about Jesus sipping coffee with his sultry lover, Mary. in Mary, in the style of Big Papa E, use the words whispering, sweet nothings, breaking the bed in love, live again now, live again now. And what else? Live again now, the best lover in town, the best lover in town. All right, let's give it a shot. Jesus sipping coffee with his sultry lover Mary, steam rising like holy incense, like that last prayer you forgot to whisper at 3 a.m. They lean in close. She's whispering sweet nothings, not commandments, not laws, not heavy stones, just soft, sweet syllables that melt into the foam of his latte. Utopian dreams spill across their table, while outside dystopian America burns neon, billboards selling pills, gods, and false prophets. But here in this diner, a small town wonder with rain and sun trading shifts on the sidewalk, they laugh. They fall down into the booth, almost asleep in each other's arms, almost awake enough to live again now. And when the cups are empty, they leave tips like miracles, walk home slow, breaking the bed in love, turning resurrection into rhythm, turning gospel into moans, turning faith into sweat and sheets. And Mary, she calls him the best lover in town. And Jesus just grins, wipes the foam from his beard, and says, damn right. Damn right. Let's see, amp it up. Let's see if we can take. Oh, wait, not what we want to do. Let's go amp it up. Yeah, that's what we want to do. All right. We're going to amp this one up. Give it another go. Let's clip it here. Jesus effing Christ, sipping coffee with his sultry lover, Mary. What about Mary? Steam rising like holy incense, like the Last Supper you forgot to whisper at 3 a.m. She leans in close, real close. So close, the crowd can feel it. And she's whispering, say it now with me, whispering. Sweet nothings, not commandments, not laws, not heavy stones, just like sweet syllables sliding into that foam of his latte, like salvation with a shot of caramel. And outside is dystopian America, neon crucifixes, selling false prophecies, politicians preaching plastic hallelujahs, while inside this small town wonder diner is a church of clipped mugs and bottomless refills, rain and sun playing tag on the grass. And Mary's laughing, and Jesus is laughing, and the whole world's falling down into the ground, burning up like ash. Say it with me. Falling down into the ground, burning up like ash. Into the boot, half asleep, half awake, ready to live again now. Later, they be breaking the bed in love. Can I get an amen? Amen. Resurrection is the rhythm method. The gospel is moans and groans. Faith is sweat-soaked sheets. And Mary calls him. Say it with me. The best lover in town. And Jesus just wipes the foam from his beard, grins that crooked carpenter grin, and says, damn right, I'm that good. This was fun. This was a fun poem. I'm going to have to copy that one. Not that one. Yeah. Let's see if we go over here. I want to see if I can save that one for later. No, not that one. What about that one? There we go. Let's go back into it and see if I can copy that one. Yeah, blessings to you, Fatima. Thank you for hanging out with me here for a bit. It's 12:14 p.m. All right. Let's try another one of those. This is the Next Level Soul. Okay. Write a poem about a eunuch, U-N-U-C-H, eunuch. Write a poem about Enoch, about an alien of a abduction. Write a poem about an alien abduction in the style of Charles Bukowski. Charles Bukowski, B-U-K-O-W-S-K-I. Charles, what is it? B-E-W-K-O-W-S-K-I. Charles Bukowski. Write a poem in the style of Charles Bukowski meets meets who else? Another poet. I need another poet. Not Langston Hughes. Allen Ginsberg meets Allen Ginsberg. How do you spell Jack Kerouac? Jack Kerouac. Jack. Another beat poet. Another beat poet. Charles Bukowski. I'm just drawing a big blank. I'm just shooting blanks. Charles Bukowski and someone else meets who? Charles Bukowski meets. I can't keep doing the same damn poets over and over again, can I? I can. Oh, Dylan Thomas. No. Oh, Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan meets Bob Dylan. Bob, not Bob. Bob Dylan. Dylan. Write a poem about. Throw in some Bob Ross. Style in the style of Charles and Bob Dylan. Charles Bukowski, Bob Ross, and Bob Dylan. Use prompt words. Use prompts. Use these prompts. These prompt words. Angels. Angels. Einstein. Einstein. Whitley Strieber. Oh, Area 51. Area 51. Summer Nights. Midsummer Night. Summer Nights. Fairies. Fairy. Fairies. Mythological dreams. Moon scarab. Moon scarab. Let's see, what else? No one's here. No one here. Absent. Absent minds. Vacant. Vacant. No one watching my live stream. No one watching the live stream. No one watching the live stream. boring poems. It's empty in here. Let's see, the last line being, it's empty in here. Use the last line, use this line last. Line last. It's empty in here. My room, my stream. It is empty in here. My room, my stream. Nobody likes me. Nobody likes me anymore. All right, here we go. The sky split open like a busted beer can. Angels with cigarette wings slid down on wires. Einstein grinning like he knew this would happen. Numbers leaking from his mouth like cheap gin. Out past Area 51, midsummer night gone wrong. Fairies dancing on the hood of my rusted Buick. Mythological dreams chewing at my ankles, the kind that don't let you wake up clean. A moon scarab crawled across the windshield screen, its shells shining like broken promises, and I swore I heard Dylan's harmonica in the static. Thin, cracked, sweet as rust, while Bob Ross whispers soft in my ear, happy little abductions, no mistakes, only stars. But no one here, only absent minds, no one watching the live stream, not the angels, not the fairies, not the moon scarab, not even Einstein, drunk and asleep in the back seat of the sky. It's empty in here, my room, my stream. Nobody likes me anymore. All right, I've been on here for a little over an hour, doing a little, a moment in time with Bill at Willamina Merchants, volunteering his time at a place that sells his art. Let's go do another look around here. I can show you my art one more time, just in case you're new here. Now, if you happen to watch this video, clear out to here. Put some blue stars in the comment box if you watch it on the replay. Blue stars and green stars and aliens. Comment that if you watch the whole thing. How to say no, making stuff and doing things. Detox your place. Happy habits, zero waste life. The joy of doing just about anything else. Broke, not broken. Freaking out. Make a list. Make it last. PTDS. Psychedelic art. There we go. I gotta go. Hello.